What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Get Fit ASAP podcast. Not sure what episode this is. We're coming back from
a long time.
a long layaway. Trying to get back into it now. Give you guys some more content, especially for our members. It's going to kind of be more driven to help them with things that they're going through, whether it be mindset, workouts, nutrition, kind of anything, right? Today we're going to be focusing on kind of getting the process started, getting your journey started with fitness. Say that you just signed up, maybe it's your first day, maybe it's your first week, first month.
Or just coming back from being out for the past year.
Coming back. Yeah. What are some things, Tyler, that you kind of see problems with? Or if someone's starting day one, we'll start from day one. How about that? Day one, what are you going to kind of tell them that's going to help them get to their goal, basically?
Yeah, so usually you get two spectrums. So either the spectrum it's gonna be really hard, I'm not gonna be able to do this, or the spectrum of I've been out for a long time, I haven't been training, I need to
They want to go super hard.
I need to make up for lost times and get back in as soon as possible. So for both of those, I always preach that our goal when we first come into the gym is not to leave here wanting a great workout as much as just getting a sweat and leaving here wanting more. For the fact that if you leave here wanting more, the next day you're not gonna feel oh shoot, that was so hard.
Or you probably overdid it.
Yeah, overdid it and feeling super sore. It's more of this wasn't bad. It was I felt good. I feel I got sweat. I got moving. I got some benefit from it, and it kind of keeps you encouraged to come back that next day.
Yeah.
Rather than if you go hard, which is gonna be great for that day. You're gonna get a great workout. But then you're dude, that was so hard. The next day, odds are you're gonna be really sore just because your body's not adapted to the intensity yet. So it's gonna make you feel really sore the next day, and just thinking that as you're coming in, the hardest part is that first 10 or the first steps, or the first 10 minutes. So that first 10 minutes is gonna be even harder to get into just because it's gonna be a tough workout. Yeah. So usually when someone comes in brand new, I would be all right, let's just try to leave here wanting more. Do what you can, get sweaty. If you feel any
learn the movements, maybe get used to doing the different movements that are probably newer than they're more complex movements to do in general. They're not using machines or it's all moving your body. So
yeah, and if you start feeling a pump or a little bit of a just feeling shakiness, stop there. Don't even worry about finishing the workout. Don't worry about having to do the movements. We'll scale it back to something else, hop on a bike or do something that just will end the last 10 minutes of workout or whatever.
Kind of more just a sweat rather than breaking down muscle.
Yeah,
increasing the soreness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you feel is the range of people when they first start out? How do they get right into it, or do they slowly get into it? What's the ratio?
Well, basically with just what you said. We kind of go to the, other spectrum where people want to go a little bit too slow, maybe, where not necessarily too slow, but they want to start 3 days a week, which I don't ever recommend that really, unless someone's just supplementing the workouts for a different cause, say they're running a marathon, want to get a little more strength work in, or blah blah blah. Just because if you're doing 3 days a week, they're probably gonna try to go really really hard in those 3 days, and then also, kind of what you just said, being really sore, and then I don't think it's the best training way to get training done.
Yeah.
Also, the habits of coming in. If people just want to start with 3 days a week, they usually don't come 3 days a week. They usually miss a day and come twice. Yeah. Then even twice is nothing really. Yeah. And then even 3 days a week is you're still resting more days than you're working out. Yeah. So I try to tell people, hey, let's go 5 days a week, 4 minimum, but I tell them 5. And I say, hey, nice and easy, just getting in the gym, trying to get the habits down, because I feel most people is just getting that routine down. And that's the biggest thing for people is to reaching their goals, especially that first month. They're kind of talk about motivation too in a second, but they're really motivated when you first start. They're really ready to go, ready to get those changes, but the motivation is going to wear off, and if you don't have those habits set in place of coming every day, I go to work this time, I'm going to go to the gym at this time, I brush my teeth, I shower this time, blah 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 blah, and it's kind of your day's all kind of set up, and it kind of just flows in the next thing. So when you aren't motivated, you fall back on those habits of coming in. Yeah. And you're not overdoing it.
Yeah, doing for so long. We've been coaching since 2013, if not a little bit more before that.
Probably 2010, probably.
2010, yeah. we've seen like the people that are diehards, they come every day, push 100%, and kind of burn out in a way. Kind of like they go like they do more than they actually can handle. Then we see people where they kind of come in where it's like, oh, I'll come 3 days a week.
And never really get bought into it.
Yeah, never really get bought into it. Then we'll see, it's hard to kind of get in that consistency level and get into the routine and see the results that you could get from it. And then we've seen people where they kind of like know what their goals are, what they're trying to accomplish, and know like exactly what their plan is to get to that consistency of being 5 days a week or 4 days a week, or at least around that range, if not more. But being able to maintain that for the long haul so that they're able to treat it as a lifestyle, something that you do every single day of their lives, and not just get to the point where it's like either 6 months of going 100%, 2 workouts a day, and then kind of fatigue themselves to the point they can't recover from that, or someone just kind of does it 2 to 3 days a week, never really gets in the routine, just sore all the time, and then those results never really get
acclimated to it.
Yeah, transition to where they want to be. So I think finding that that plan, which we usually when we get into assessment, we try to like develop that plan that best suits that person and their goals, is going to help keep you to that point where you can not just do this for the 6 months or for the 3 days a week. You actually have something you can do for the rest of your life, because that's going to keep you getting stronger. And it is a lifestyle and something that you could do forever, because the goal is to live longer, be healthy, and
enjoy life, enjoy things that you couldn't do without being fitter.
And the byproduct is losing weight, looking good, and being stronger.
Yeah, because those things are gonna go away eventually.
Yeah,
when you get older, you're gonna get less strong. You're gonna you lose muscle mass basically. Every year you get older, just from your hormones and everything else going down. You're gonna look not as good as you did younger, or this is gonna happen. So if your motivation is just to look good or just to be strong or whatever, it's more superficial goals, which is great for short term. But what are you gonna fall back on when those aren't there anymore? Being healthy, enjoying life, doing things that you could do before, doing hikes, doing physical activities. Not having to take blood pressure medicine, cholesterol, all those things, diabetes, which is all going to save you a lot of money, but save you a lot of headache. I always tell people too, it's just as much work to not be in shape as it is to be in shape.
Yeah.
Because this is like kind of what you want to do. You want to be in shape, you're going to enjoy more stuff. There's going to be a lot more benefits. What are the cons? Well, you got to work out, you got to eat, you got to watch what you eat. But if you don't do those things, you're going to be more sick. You're going to maybe have some, bad health markers, and you have to do a lot of work for that too. You have to take this medicine. You go to the doctor more. You have to do this more. Spend more money. So it's like I'd rather spend my effort on the ladder, or not the ladder, on being more fit rather than that. But that doesn't that makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then it kind of reminds me of a quote. Like, it's all about the mindset of winners that like get to the goals that they want and like are at the pinnacle of what they're going towards. Like, they do as much as possible and still feel like they have to do more. The people that don't get their goals or don't reach where they want to go, they do a little bit that they get to that goal and wonder why they're not there. So it's not necessarily like, all right, I've been training for 2-3 months and I haven't seen any results yet, and why am I not like seeing that?
Because you're not entitled to reaching those goals. It's not going to come as easy as you think. There's always going to be roadblocks. Not with that, just in life.
And it's like the people that get to the motivation for other people to get those results that they want are not thinking about those results. They're thinking about like, all right, how can I challenge myself as much as possible every single day, so that when it comes to the chance that or the opportunity that I have to like step up to do something to get me to a certain point, like they're ready for it. They're not actually making that the main reason why they're doing it. They're doing it because like they want to be healthy. They want to like feel better. Like we've been doing it for so long that like if we take 2 days off, 3 days off, like of course we're not as strong as we used to be. We're not as competitive as we used to be. But if we take 2-3 days off, our body's like, what's going on? For me personally, I just feel things get in my nerves a little bit more. I just feel kind of sluggish. I feel tired. I don't feel like
something's off. Something's a little different.
I just don't feel motivated. I don't feel good. And like, it's just, my body is adapted to, I need the endorphin rush. I need that stimulus. I need that challenge, so that like when something comes up like that's not even fitness related, that like I can have the mindset of like, all right, this is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to try to do the best I can to make sure that I get to that point.
Or even feeling like that accomplishment for the day, like when you go to do your workout, say it's in the morning, just to make it a little bit easier for go do that in the morning. You get your workout done. You put in work. You accomplished something for that day, and it's easier for that to like string onto the day with the other things you're doing, and with your kids, with your life, with your job, stuff like that. Like kind of trickles in basically.
Yeah, I think the whole gist of that is like, don't think of motivation as the reason to do this. Like the one day that you motivated, all right, I'm gonna get signed up and do this, go in and do the workout. Yeah. Because if you use only motivation to get you to your goals, odds are you're not gonna get there.
Odds are it's gonna run out before you get there.
Exactly. And like motivation is
so
hard.
Could be by day, it could be by the hour.
It's so hard to come by, but it's so easy to lose. So if you rely on that as your way to get through the day, like odds are you're just gonna waste your time. So like coming in with that.
What do you think you should focus on rather than motivation? Motivation is like a little extra. Like if you're motivated, that's we're gonna put that on top of. What do you think? Like habits, just being disciplined more, or like?
Yeah, being able to challenge yourself to know that like those days that are the hardest are also like probably not as easy to come by than motivation, but they do come. But there's days where you just don't want to do something and you just have every excuse not to do it. Treat that as that's your like hard part in the workout, or that's your new PR, that like you have a chance to like break that wall and like go above it and be like, all right, no, I'm gonna do it no matter what. And once you do that, it becomes so much easier to do it every single time. Or the mid ground where it's like, yeah, I want to go to the gym. It's hot outside. I'd much rather go swimming.
Every single person that actually comes in never regrets it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're only gonna regret not coming in, because once you come in, you're gonna have that workout. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be like, I'm so glad I came. You don't hear anyone saying like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have come, or didn't come today.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just knowing that that's going to get you stronger on those days of not wanting to come in. So like if you only come in on the days that you want to come in, you kind of just
you're gonna come once a week,
spinning the wheel.
You're
gonna be sore. You're gonna be tired the next day. You're not gonna see any results, so you're gonna be unmotivated. You're not gonna see any progress in the actual workout, so you're gonna be unmotivated. But just knowing that the days that are the hardest to come in, those are the days that you could change and become like the person you want to be. The whole reason we all get into fitness and eating healthy is to be healthy and live a longer life and be stronger. And those are the days that will get us to that point, not the days of day one or trying to come back from 3 weeks of taking time off, or a year and trying to push hard on that first day.
Yeah.
So just getting to think about that.
What would you tell someone that's been coming maybe for like 2 weeks? They're super motivated when they came, or when they started, obviously, kind of wearing out right now. And what would you tell them? Like, you said maybe they came like 4 days a week the first 2 weeks, but then they the next week was kind of like 2, and then you kind of saw them like sporadically the next week.
I always remind people, like, what's another habit that you try to develop? So like, let's say getting into reading, or getting into what's another thing like that, where it's like we all know it's good to do, but we
taking a shower.
Yeah, or flossing your teeth. Like,
that's better.
I think everyone does it, but it's like getting into that routine. It's the first couple days, like you do it because you're like, yeah, it's something new. I'm getting into it, but there's always that hump where you kind of like the second, third week, where it's like things come up, you forget, you kind of just don't have that same drive that for the first couple weeks that you did, because it's not something new anymore. You kind of getting repetitive, but that's just you, or like eating healthy. Like it's so easy for someone to like start eating healthy the first week because they get everything prepped out, they have everything ready to go. And
they're motivated,
they're excited to change, and they do that first week, and then the next week when it comes down to it, they're like, all right, I already did 1 week, I could have like something bad for this day, or shoot, I had to do this instead of meal prepping, and it kind of slowly goes away. I kind of feel it's the same way with training.
You think it's that thing with the mindset you're talking about, where it's like that quote you said, where the one day, or like I did it for a week, why isn't it?
Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah,
why I haven't got the results yet? I've already done it. Yeah, so it's kind of like it takes a while for your to develop a habit. It's not going to come like the first 2 weeks. It's not
or even big changes, right? Because how long have you not been working out for?
Exactly. Or not
10 years, 20 years. You think it's going to change in a week?
Exactly.
Or 2 weeks.
So like just knowing that, and knowing that the hardest part is not getting started. It's like that month in, or that 2 months in, where it's like, all right, either I keep it going and it develops that habit, or I just wasted a month or two, because then things get in the way. I kind of lose that track of everything, and
I was telling too, it's like you did the hard part. You got over, they're coming good for 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, they're good to go. It's like, hey, just keep it rolling now, man. I mean, usually there's something, I don't know, maybe going on, or maybe they did lose motivation. But I'll first just ask them kind of what's going on, try to figure it out. Sometimes stuff in life happens, or like you said, I feel like it's mostly the motivation kind of runs out. But then I feel like you gotta give them that kind of gut check. It's like, hey, let's, kind of get them in focus of what was the big picture, because hey, what are we working on?
Yeah.
It's gonna take more than 2 weeks. It's gonna take. We gotta make this kind of just what you're saying, a lifestyle, or the habits of it.
Yeah.
When it's, I think the people kind of just need that accountability too. If they don't hear it from us, I feel like they don't get it in their own head.
Yeah.
They might be saying a lot of things like,
another thing
I
kind of bothers me too.
I can't do this. I'm tired. Like I should need to rest, and they'll just start making these things up where it's like, no, you're good. It's gonna take that. You need to overcome this. You need to overcome this, because it's not gonna be just nice and easy the whole time.
Yeah. Another thing that bothers me too is like we're constantly shown this lie where you could take this one pill and it's gonna you're gonna see results in a month, or this is 30 days and you'll see whatever. We're promised this like quick results.
Instant gratification.
We're constantly not showing how important like being healthy and eating good food, exercising is important to like everything we do in life. Like we all want to be happy. We all want to have like success in what we do as a job. We all want to try to like have the most friends and like have things to go do, and like just have things to like look forward to. And we kind of just get promised or get taught that it's just gonna happen. It's just eventually
like you're entitled to something or you're not.
Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna come to you.
Yeah.
And honestly, it seems a lot more simple.
It was like that. Everyone would be in shape though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
promised that it is super simple, and then when people get into it, they think that it's complicated. But it is really simple, but it's not easy.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
so
not, it's simple, but it's hard.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be a quick people take this pill.
People try to make it complex to make it easier.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. No, it's this, and this. Very simple. Eat good. It's exercise.
It's as simple as like the same discipline, like waking up early, doing what you need to do, plan out your day. A lot of times people don't have time. That's the one reason why people get off track. Knowing that the priority of training, eating healthy, and just being disciplined is a lot more higher priority than
do you think
checking your phone, watching TV.
Do you think anyone should do it?
Honestly, yeah. And
me too. I think that too.
Yeah, because there's been plenty of times where like someone comes in and they probably haven't done anything physically challenging in their lives, or they haven't done anything they're really proud of, and you don't have as high as hopes as someone that has like all like the training, all the years of like healthy, and they turn their lives around. They make it their life. You just tell they're a lot happier years after doing it, and you can tell that their lives have changed because of it, because they realize it is as simple as just being disciplined, being consistent, doing what you can,
not quitting. But if you just don't quit, you're gonna get there.
Yeah,
like literally, just don't quit and you'll get there.
And do what you can. It's not like you have to like live up to this expectation of like, all right, I have to.
Or even if you make whatever expectations and you don't get there yet, just don't quit.
Exactly.
And you'll get there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even that bad to have a great expectation. Just know that it's going to take longer than you want it to or think it's going to take.
Yeah.
And just be okay with that and just don't quit and you'll still get there, you know? Cool. I want to think of recap real quick. So, starting off brand new, don't go super hard each workout.
Consistency is the one thing that's going to get you to your results. So.
Consistency. Plan out for, what would you say, 5 days a week?
Yeah.
If you can. If you're
Yeah.
just, you know, most people can. Most people's schedule does allow that.
And this 5 days is not doing like the same thing, like even doing the class 5 days. Like this could be like just come in, do a 10-minute row.
Roll out.
Yeah, walk on the assault runner. Do
What's
something.
that doing from coming 5 days a week rather than 3? What's that changing though? Your habits of coming in the gym every day.
Exactly.
Which you need to have.
Your body adapts to wherever you do the most. So 3 days a week, you're resting more than you're actually training. So your body's going to adapt to that rather than actually using rest days of 2 to 1 days a week. Letting your body recover. But
it's going to speed the recovery.
Yeah, it's going to help recovery. It's going to help get you adapted to the training.
You're going to feel better.
And then it becomes something that's second nature. You don't actually worry about it.
Also, you're getting confidence. It's like, oh, you know what? I did come 5 days last week. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, oh, I can only go 3. Like, you come 3, like, oh, I can only go 3. I'm so beat up. Rather than like, no, you can come more. You can come more, and you need to do less in the workouts, or you need to.
And then being prepared that the first 2 weeks are not going to be bad. 3 to 4 weeks are going to get hard. Maybe that second month's going to be really hard, but that third month, if you stay consistent, it's going to be a habit. And then the hardest step is the first 10 minutes of a workout. So even like just showing up is the hardest part. Like Anthony was saying, we've never had someone come in and regret the workout after they're done.
Or you even see people come in and kind of like, they're kind of down, you know, they're tired, they're having stuff going on in their lives, whatever, you know, whatever it may be, and you kind of tell like their mood or their demeanor when they're coming in. Like, hey, you know, and you always say, hey, what's up, dude? How you feeling today? And they'll kind of tell you, whatever, you know. And like, all right, well, you know what? Hopefully this workout make you feel better. And then after the workout, you always like, hey, how you feeling now? You feeling better? And you're like, yeah, you know, I am feeling better. I do feel better. So,
yeah. Things to think about. If you guys have any like more things you would want to hear from us, we're gonna try to do this weekly again, get back on track. And we need some topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay? So
yeah. And if you helped you out with anything here, make sure you share it with a friend. We'll have the link right here. Okay, down there. All right. Well, thanks, guys. My name's Anthony. This is Tyrone. And